Hi, this is Dustin from Roland, Canada. I'm here at the Roland Inspiration Center with Long and McQuade, and I'm going to be showing you the brand new AX Edge. The AX Edge is a new Keytar from Roland that's feature-packed in terms of its customization for live performance controls, as well as its extremely powerful new Synth EX engine, which would allow anybody to create brand new, exciting synth sounds for live and in studio. It's got 49 keys, velocity sensitive with aftertouch. It's got the ability to run off of 8 AA rechargeable batteries as well as a standard power supply. It also has Bluetooth MIDI, a microphone input for the built-in vocoder, and regular MIDI in and out as well as USB MIDI. The AX Edge comes packed with over 300 different sounds that are catered to Keytar players. So fat basses, ripping leads, nice pads, brass sounds, you name it. And also a bunch of vocoder patches you can use with the microphone input. What's really cool about the vocoder is you can choose any sound, any tone in the entire machine, which is over 1,000 tones, and you can vocode that using your voice. So extremely customizable in that sense. When you're actually making your programs, your patches on the AX Edge, you can have up to 4 different parts within one program. What that means is that I can have 4 different tones that are completely different, behaving different, receiving different types of control signals, and I can make a bit of a hybrid patch. So I could layer a piano with strings easily. I could layer a bass with an interesting noise effect if I wanted to, but turn the noise down just a little bit to get a customized sound. You can also, on top of the 4 parts, add the vocoder with that, which creates an even more hybrid kind of interesting performance and sonic experience. So what's really cool is that each part can have its own EQ, it can have its own multi-effects. There's up to 79 multi-effects per part, and it can have all of its own settings too, with in terms of how it's reacting to the player, how it's reacting to the control signals. So once you combine all those 4 parts together, you've got your program, and the program itself has 79 multi-effects. It's got 6 types of reverb, 8 types of chorus, and also on the output there's a master effects that comprise a master compressor and an EQ. So tons and tons of playability as well as programmability for studio or for live. Now, the controls here can be customized to do pretty much any parameter for that program. So what I can do is assign this modulation bar, this ribbon controller, or this knob on the top to do pretty much whatever I want. So I've got a bass sound, and I've got the knob set to do filter cutoff. And I've got this modulation bar set to put an LFO to that filter, and I can make that do, again, whatever I want in terms of the sound creation and manipulation. The ribbon controller is extremely cool because what it does is it has a pressure sensitive feature, so I can use it as a pitch bend, but also what I can do is assign it to do things like vibrato. So not only will I bend the pitch, but when I press harder, which is great for those kind of guitar lead sounds, you'll also see that there's buttons on the front of the neck and on the back. So we have 7 buttons that are all customizable. You can assign them to do anything. What's really great, this button here is preset to act with the dual display down here. So we've got one display which is nice for deep editing, but this display on the front is meant for live performance. So when you're playing, you can take a look down and it's going to show you which program you're on while you're switching through. Now I can switch through all the sounds on this, or I can take advantage of the front panel and I can set up 10 banks of 10 favorites. And you can treat that like a set list if you'd like, and you can just scroll through, and as I look down, I'm always clear about which sound I'm on, so I don't have to spend too much time fiddling around with the front panels when I'm playing live. Also, we've got control buttons on the back of the neck, which can be assigned to any function. A good example of that is if I had a sound where I want to use the arpeggiator, turn the arpeggiator on, but I don't want to have to hold down the chord the entire time. I've assigned a button on the back to be hold for the arpeggiator. So I can press it. Now, I can feel free to edit my sound, manipulate it more with my hands, or use my hands live for something else like controlling samplers, drum pads, or whatever you need for your live performance. So some other examples of what you could use the buttons for are things like portamento, or simply opening up a filter even if you'd want to. So you can really customize your sounds for live however you would like. Well, there's a huge amount of programmability and customization on board. If you want to dig a bit deeper into the AX Edge's sound engine and start customizing things even further, we've got a free phone app that you can use to get in even deeper. Things like really specific settings for the effects, actually creating your own custom tones to then use with the programming for each part. So if you get the app, which is free, you can also use it as a librarian. So you can back up your sounds, you can share sounds with friends, and you can go to Axial, Roland's site where we share sounds, and you can download sounds for free from the original AX synth. So if you owned an original or you're familiar with it and you want some of those original leads and bass sounds, you can do that, connect just over Bluetooth with the AX Edge and port the sounds back and forth. So just to understand, it is live, real-time editing. So as I'm changing something on the editor, it's changing it in real time over Bluetooth on the synth. And then I can save the sounds in the editor and in the synth and trade them back and forth. If you take a look at the back of the AX Edge, you'll see that there's two USB ports. The first one is for communication with a computer, so standard MIDI back and forth. But the second allows you to use some extra functions on the AX Edge, one of the most exciting being the song player. So I can use a USB key, plug it in with an MP3 or a WAV file, and I can play it directly from the AX Edge. Therefore using backing tracks or adding effects to songs, whatever you'd like. So it just adds to another layer to your live performance, whatever that may be. You can also use that second port to back up and restore your own patches, as well as run system updates. Continuing along, you'll see there's also a pedal input, which can be assigned similar to any of the controls on the top. We've got standard MIDI in and out, and DC in or batteries, and then the microphone input has its own gain setting on there, and that's feeding directly into the vocoder. Further adding to the customization possibilities with the AX Edge is the fact that it's available in two different colors, the first being a white chassis with traditional white and black keys, and the second being a black chassis with all black keys. You'll also notice along the bottom of the AX Edge, we have what we call the blade edge panel. Now these can be removed and they can be customized. You can feel free to paint this, draw on it, and do whatever you want to help customize your synth even more. Now you get two of the panels with each synth. So with the white, you're gonna get a silver panel and a gold panel. With the black, you're gonna get a red panel and a silver panel. Thanks for taking the time to check out the new AX Edge with us. Please take a look at longandmcquade.com or in store at Long and McQuade and check it out.